I do love our podcast because it's literally like, let's say you're sitting down with your friend and you just get to like talk about what's on your mind and what might just come up. So it's like there's no preparation ever needed, sort of like how our Mom Truths originally started.
Exactly.
And I have to say that if you don't have this person,
We'll be it.
we will be it. And it would be hard. Like it would be hard if you're like a person that you've moved to a new city or a new country and you don't have that person to sit and talk with. And we had mentioned before that we don't feel like a lot of boys have those places to have those conversations.
So I was lying next to Max last night and we were watching a new series. It's like the game 7 called Game 7. Okay. So it's like a bunch of following Game 7s in each sport. Like, so baseball, hockey, like it's like famous Game 7s.
Do you guys know what Game 7 would mean? Why is it different than Game 6?
Because they win something.
Right, because it's the best of 7.
Okay, the best of 7.
So right now, if you're in Game 7, you're 3-3, you're tied. This is your make it or break it deal. The winner of this wins.
So we're sitting beside each other and he's like, you talk so much during these
shows.
Yeah, because I'm talking out loud the process in my brain with him. And I'm like, who's that guy? What's that? Did he ever win anything before? So I want to know more about the show. And he's like, he was laughing. And
someone said you do have a hobby.
What is it?
Talking.
Yeah.
There you go. You have an amazing hobby.
So I'm lying beside him and Mark's answering my questions, I guess, because he's used to me. So I also like to know the ending. I like to Google what's going to happen because the suspense is too much for me. And I had watched all the sports. I would know the ending. But he didn't know.
Perfect.
We were watching, it was a Yankees-Boston final. He didn't know one player.
Dude, I was watching that yesterday.
Oh, you were? So Game 7.
I wasn't watching Game 7, though. What was I watching? Was it like A-Rod was in it?
No.
Oh, yes, it was Game 7. And then I went to another episode. I don't know what is this series? It's called Game 7?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was watching baseball, but I was watching, did you see like when the guy took out the coach?
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Okay, that's what we were watching.
Max like had no idea who the people were. Like the most famous people, he had no idea from our general time.
A-Rod.
It was A-Rod. It was Giambi. It was the Rocket guy, Rocket Clemens, who left from Boston to go to New York and why it was so big. And then
we were watching the same thing.
And then I felt kind of bad because I was like, oh my God, he left. Is he going to win a series with New York? Because Max was cheering for Boston. And I was like, I'm not cheering for anyone. I just feel bad for this guy who's 41 and like his Twilight, whatever they call it, the Twilight, he's going to not win. It's like, that's terrible. And he shits the bed with the Boston team. They basically like take it over. Anyways, the whole thing goes back and forth. I'm talking the whole way through. And then I realized, you know how like some things don't stick in your brain and some things don't stick in my brain? So hockey does not stick in my brain. It's not intuitive to me. I never played it. I didn't watch my brothers growing up playing it.
Do you mean like players, teams, how the game works?
Yeah,
which
like
part?
Icing versus offside versus...
You don't know that.
No, like the rules are so confused. Like what line? Like it's just so much of the line and who crosses when. And how can you see that person crossing before the puck? Like how do you in the stands actually see that? That feels so much work to watch the lines on.
I find hockey the easiest thing to understand.
Then there's extra lines and there's blue, red, white circles and like the whole thing. Circles,
that's why they have refs, right?
They don't need to be there, the circles. Like
I almost got killed in a hockey game, by the way.
Puck almost hit your head?
It went over the thing, and I was sitting there, and it went over my head, and everyone was like, oh, I just covered my head, and I didn't get hit.
So we have a few families with kids now who are all in the NHL. So my team has like 3 kids, and all the parents were in the NHL. So they're very good with the game. So I'm sitting there, and I guess there was a timeout called, which I sort of missed. But there's like 3 minutes left in the game. And I see the clock counting down. I'm like, oh my God, they're not stopping the clock because the game was almost over, right? And I'm like, it's not stopping. I'm like, Mark. And he's standing up in front of everybody. He's like, the clock, it's counting down. And he's like, I'm like, you have to tell the ref to like restart the clock so they have a minute to try to score. Because in the one game, they scored with 26 seconds to go, you know? And the one mom whose husband was in the NHL, she's like, that's the timeout clock counting down for when their timeout's over. And she was like, oh my God.
I did not know they had a timeout.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Everyone else did. I was like, no one else is freaking out about the clock counting down. the things that and I'm like, that was a great game. And they're like, that was a terrible. I'm like,
I always say that.
am so confused right now
Yeah.
about what's a good game and
I
what's a
know.
bad game because that looked great to me.
Oh my God, that's what I say. I'll be like to the parents, that was a great game. And they're like, ugh, no, it wasn't. I'm like,
what?
Are we watching the same game? Because I thought they did a great job.
Yeah, very confused by the whole thing. So I just kind of go now and talk to people, and I'm sure I'm super annoying because people really like to watch the game. But I think they know, so that's why I bring Olivia and Chloe because we talk the whole time. It makes it a lot better for me to talk to people during, because sitting silent feels like the most boring. I don't go to watch every play. And then Mark will be like, Cat, Max is on. I'm like, oh yeah. And then
especially when your kid's not on.
And I have to find him. I'm like, I was trying to find him. I'm like, where are you? I'm like, baseball? With my kid's not on? I want to sit there. My kids don't play baseball. I was to watch everyone else's kid like bat so they can go up once every 30. Literally.
I know.
On a good day, I'm distracted. So I'm wondering how annoying I am as a hockey person at the rink.
Well, just talk to your daughters because
they sometimes don't go with me. But if you came, you get into it too.
Yeah, I like to yell
and watch, and you know what's happening.
And when the kids get older, like a lot of the parents just like don't make much sound.
There's no sound at my games now.
I don't care.
I'm so bored.
And I only cheer for my kid.
Right.
Out loud. If my kid's not on or doesn't have the puck, I got nothing to say.
You just are quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I came for you. I didn't come for the team.
And then I get super annoyed if the other team, when they're winning, they cheer so loud.
I like it. I like it because I feel like it's getting rowdy.
Then we keep losing. I'm like, so just can you sit? Not that they're 12. Sit down.
I like it when they get rowdy because then I think it kind of like gets like other parents kind of annoyed, and I like that. Like I'm like,
you like the dynamic. You're like, let's go,
because I know that I'm like, as if any of this matters. So
I know.
To see them get riled up.
I just feel bad for the kids.
Fun.
I feel sad for the losing team. My team. I feel kind of sad because it's deflate. They're already trying to pick their boots back up again, and when they don't score, someone should be in a universal like, let's go. Should have.
Yeah.
No one does. So there's like losing,
especially when they're losing.
I know
the losing team. Everyone just gets so quiet. Like it's like the audience is just as defeated as the players.
That's what I mean. And that's what happened in the series last night. They said that Pedro, I think his name was Pedro. It's a famous Boston pitcher, silenced like 70,000 people in the Yankee Stadium. Like it was like silent. Like he just made them silent, which deflates a team.
By the way, watching that series, they kind of made baseball seem sort of exciting.
Oh, and
the money, the trades, like there was
used
so
to be
much
a lot longer.
Steroids, so much juicier shit was happening.
I know. Now I haven't seen a baseball game anyways. I just thought I would, wrap that up. That I watched that game and I talk a lot apparently in the TV shows, and I'm not apologizing for that. I don't understand what's going on half the time.
No, you don't need to. You're there for Max, not the team.
Oh, even when I watch TV.
Oh yeah, no. I don't really like to talk. Like anytime someone tries to talk when I'm watching my show, I pause. Like, yep. Because usually it's a crime, and if you miss out on something, then you miss a really big part.
You know how you watch sex shows with your kids?
I was going to say that to you.
You know how you do
that? Oh
my
God, I was going to say that to you.
What
are you like when it gets to the naked sex scene?
I have not yet watched a sex scene. Where have I watched? I mean, the most the thing that's on my TV the most is Modern Family. And they often role play, which is fucking hilarious to watch.
When they do that.
Okay, and even this other family this other TV show that my daughter watches.
Role play too?
Well, it's a kid show. It's Bible heavy, which is even stranger for my family. Like it's called she loves it. I forget it.
And there's parents in it.
Grandparents, parents.
What's the show?
I'm gonna have to find it and remember it, but. She basically, the grandma to her husband is like, I am sick of taking this whole relationship. It is time you step up. And he's like, okay, I need more enthusiasm. And then the next scene, she's Catgirl and he's supposed to be Batman. And like she walks into the bedroom and then falls off the bed, but they're in full costume in the bedroom. And she's like, put some effort into this. And then she falls off the bed and it ends because she's a grandma, rolling around on the bed. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, Chloe, do you know this is like a prelude to sex? Like, do you know we're watching a sex scene right now?
Don't you remember having a sex scene when you're with your parents?
Yeah.
And it was like so mortifying. Well, yes, it does happen to me.
Like, I don't mean joking ones. I mean like,
yeah.
Yeah. What do you do?
I'm just like, oh my gosh. And then they're like, oh, and they're like, oh, nobody just sits silent and watches sex scenes, you know, but everyone just goes like, oh my God, what are they?
Wait,
Ew,
sorry.
what's happening?
It goes around the whole family.
Yeah.
So someone's like, ooh.
Ew,
and then someone else is like, whoa.
This is so sus, Mom. What are you watching?
Oh, so it goes around the whole, the whole
like,
family.
oh my God. And then like everyone just kind of like, you know, but like we don't just sit there and watch sex scenes.
It's not silent. You're not like, let's, the
No.
family, like you don't go quiet and embarrassed.
If I'm in my room watching a movie that there's a sex scene and they walk in, I press pause or I just fast forward.
Because I laugh at Modern Family because they really do say and do a lot of talk about a lot of inappropriate things.
Yeah, and even like Haley, like she has sex.
Yeah. She's like, I'm gonna go have sex with my boyfriend. Like she'll say those.
I know, I love that.
They'll say that, and I laugh. I don't know what else to say because I think it's funny when they say it, but it is definitely racy topics. And then sometimes he'll be like on top of her and like pop up, you know, like they go to the hotel and stuff.
Sometimes I'm like worried for boys if it's gonna be a sex scene that they might get a boner.
Gross. That's your voice. Gross. You're worried? Gross. Just to be like, ew, mommy and daddy do that. Ew, look at mommy and daddy. Ew. It's a natural part of life. You know what? You should be so lucky.
I don't know that TJ has had the sex talk.
For sure. You don't need to. He's the fourth kid.
I don't need to. Oh, he knows more than everybody else. I know, we did sit down with the other ones.
I mean, we can revisit.
You.
I'll do it. Sure. I mean, he might be a bit awkward, him and I sitting down for a sex
Chloe
talk.
Can be there.
Right. Okay. Chloe, him. That would be, he's in grade 5.
He knows everything. They're teaching them at school.
Yeah. The only thing I think we have to cover is consent.
Mm-hmm.
And the way we talk about girls, females online and what we text. I think that is a big, huge.
Well, luckily they are talking about that at school. And that seems to be a very ongoing conversation with our kids.
Well, they still do it. I believe the stat is like a nude by grade 6. Like it's very, the problem is it's very normal in their world. It's just like saying.
Why aren't they embarrassed?
Because it's normal.
Of their private parts.
It's normal. It's like saying no to drugs was like, everyone's like, don't say no to drugs. And everyone's like, I'm doing drugs. Because when it becomes normal, it's not scary.
Yeah.
It's when it's not normal. Like think of when our kids used to see people vaping.
They thought they were criminals.
Like to jail. Smokers. Oh my God.
So my son knows someone who smokes. And he goes, Mom, so I was on the bench and I saw so-and-so's hand was bleeding. But I didn't see them cut themselves. Was that from smoking?
You're like, no.
No.
That's the young one, obviously.
Yeah. He's like, because he literally thinks that like you're like, you know, the pictures on the cigarette things on the boxes? They think that that's what you're going to look like if you smoke. Yeah.
Well, you will eventually. So I feel like we just need to keep the conversation going, but you can open the sex dialogue.
Yeah, go ahead.
And like, do you know everything about sex?
Like how babies are made?
Yeah, do you know how a baby's made?
Because he asked me so much when he was younger, and I always just answered. It's just, but we haven't really talked about it lately.
Yeah, but like, you know how babies.
Maybe he already in grade 2.
Like, you know the penis goes into the vagina. You know that. Do you know that? And what does that look like? Wow. I've got a book. Do you want the book? I've got a great book.
Thing. Have you seen that? It's a commercial for a radio show, and it's a sperm going into an egg. I think it's for like Q107 or something like that. And it's like rock music is playing, and then the sperms are trying to get into the egg. And then my kid's like, that's a sus commercial. And I'm like, it's so weird, but it's also like, that's a baby being made. It's like a tadpole going into the egg, and it's on the TV for a radio.
You know, quick question for you.
How'd that get approved?
When you come in a vagina, just answer this for a second.
Well, I don't come in a vagina, but when one comes inside of me, yes.
And you take it out, the penis. Mm-hmm. Where's the sperm? How high up is it? Or does it fly out at what velocity?
So,
do you know this?
Do I know the velocity?
Well, just curious, like how high does it shoot? Because I'm assuming quite high.
I mean, I think it can only shoot like if it's how deep it is.
Shoot how deep it is.
Like if it's deep in there and it shoots.
So deep is important.
Deep is very important for getting pregnant.
And if you have a larger penis, are you to have a higher chance of getting pregnant?
I would have to think yes.
You know, I wonder if Bill Nye the Science Guy ever covers that.
Because if it was a smaller penis,
it would have farther to go.
Then I think it could like trickle out. But if it's clogged up there and it shoots, it has nowhere to go but in.
Yeah.
But it has to pass through some closed things first, right?
Closed?
Like not everything is just, we're not just like an open hole to the eggs,
No
right?
idea.
Neither. So, but I think like they say like the chances of like a strong one actually making it, the chances of you actually getting pregnant are so
very small.
Small. You know who must have a big penis?
Who? Nick Cannon.
Oh, for sure. And I think his velocity is fast.
Yeah. And I wonder the older you get, the less
If it slows down.
Yeah, I'm sure. They get lazy.
Yeah.
I'm fucking tired.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this again. I have flown out of here for years.
Sure, there's two people that we know on social media, influencers.
Yeah.
Both have a ton of kids.
Yeah. Big dick.
And you know what? Their husbands are quite large. One of them is very tall and one's tall and big.
I'm just curious. It would make sense, though.
We should ask them. Are your husband's penises like massive?
Because it would just get right up there, like a turkey baster.
Yeah, it would get up there high, and
it would just
if it was thick enough, it would fill it up, so it has nowhere to go but up.
Yeah, and I wonder if everyone, the younger you are, the more sperm you have.
I think that's true. Yes.
Yes, you have like 3,000,
and I think they shoot faster and harder. They're younger and they're spunkier.
They're excited. It's their first time out. They're like, let's go. This is the first. This is my first time. Let me out. Let me out. Here I go. Are you ready? And then they're like,
they're so excited.
Like they're coming out of a cannon with the helmet on. Here I go. And then they shoot out of the cannon. And then they just fly around. And then, I didn't make it. Damn it.
God. And then they die.
Yep. And then they have to slide back down.
But then they die, right?
Yep. Slide back down.
Okay. I don't really understand when boys start to have.
Nope.
No. I want to know. You don't know.
No, that's a doctor question.
No,
I'm not.
No.
The minute they hit puberty,
sperm just
yep, it's part of puberty.
So animals, little fish, just appear inside of them.
They begin to grow the sex hormones, like we talked about in one of the podcasts for menopause. The sex hormones begin to kick in.
That's really crazy that they have live animals inside of them.
They don't have live animals. They have sperm.
Those are tadpoles.
They're not real.
What?
They're not. They're only real if they make it to an egg.
But they're still swimming around.
Well, They also die in there.
They do, but we don't have anything that lives inside of us. That's gross.
Eggs.
But eggs aren't like
living. Embryo. We have an egg.
But they don't have like tails and eyes.
They're round.
They're just round things. They're like a cocoon.
It's funny you're having this conversation because I said to Max, like, I made you yet. Like this body made you see this. This is like a miracle.
I know.
I made you.
I know.
I made you this big. I made you 11 pounds. I grew you.
Every time my son says, I am just so cute.
I
go, yeah, because I made it. But seriously.
I don't know.
An egg is just a cocoon. It's not really like alive.
No, it's alive.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You think the sperm does all the work?
No, I think the sperm are just these little like excited things, and they need to find the right place that can actually cultivate and make
Absolutely
something.
Not. We have half the things in our DNA. DNA. If we had nothing, then we're not an incubator. We are a majestic creator who has all the ingredients for that little
I'm just saying, I'm glad we don't have sperm because that's like lice.
No, it's not.
It is.
No.
There are little tadpoles inside of them.
Natalie.
Swimming around their balls right now.
Men are miracles too.
I just think.
You have 3 sons. They have miracles in their balls.
I still think sperm is gross.
I know, but for them, that's a miracle.
I don't care.
They play with it. It shoots. It's fun.
Little things swimming in their balls.
That's really fun. Dies instantly.
I'm just glad we don't have them.
Yeah, but you eat them.
I do not eat them.
You have eaten them.
You eat them.
You have served
your favorite dessert.
You have served them on a platter before. You're like, here, put your sperm on my chest.
I don't know if I've ever swallowed it.
Ever in your life?
Oh, tell us about your experiences.
You for sure have. You got excited in the back of a cab. For sure, you got excited. For sure.
I don't remember it.
Yeah, no, you blocked it out. But for sure, everyone swallowed it. But even if it's 1 or 2, you for sure have. You had nowhere else to spit it.
I have no recollection of this.
Me neither.
I don't think I've ever done it all the way.
Exactly.
Or it's going to happen and I back off.
Obviously.
Warm.
No one has to finish that.
Snot.
No one has to finish that.
No.
Just so you know, that is something, if you're listening and you're a teenager, because you do listen, I know that, you never, ever have to finish that. That is not your job.
And we know it does not taste like Blue Freezy.
And it does not make you better than anybody else. And more does that, no. That's just a no.
Look at us.
You do not have to do, that's just a PSA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you also don't. Well, you don't have to do anything. But
No,
if you
no.
do want to do it, you don't have to do it for the whole time. You can just do it a little bit.
Yeah, and you can leave.
You can go.
You can lick it once and leave.
Quickie licky.
You can pretend to do it and leave. There's no shame in your game, babe. You don't like that? Leave. Knees are uncomfortable. Get out of there.
Oh my God.
I just want them to know that they can get out. That goes for everybody, actually.
Yeah.
At any point in time, bounce.
Just walk away. Walk out the door. Just turn around now. You're not welcome anymore.
I have a tricky thing for you. So as I was thinking in the shower last night, as I do my thinking in the shower. And we were talking about, there's so much conversation about menopause, okay? There is so much conversation about perimenopause, menopause, perimenopause. Now, rumor had it when you were younger, new moms, that when you got to over 40, your sex life took off. However, every symptom or problem or mood correlated to perimenopause would say the exact opposite. I have yet to see horny in any of the description as a problem.
The only people who are around this age or even into like their 50s and stuff that say they're so horny.
Yeah. Are single.
Exactly.
So I'm curious.
Who the fuck was talking about that?
Well, I felt like a huge conversation when we were younger.
Yeah.
When we were like younger having babies, like, oh.
Don't worry, it's going to hit you. You're going to be so horny.
You are the best sex of your lives.
Meanwhile.
So what happened?
Well, first of all, you know, they say like younger guys, like older women, because they're like comfortable with themselves. They know what feels good to them and they're not like insecure. And so they're great lovers, right?
Lovers.
But at the same time, those older women are having sex with a younger guy.
Yeah.
So this is exciting. This is new. They're probably not married anymore.
Women our age would love a younger guy.
It sounds like that's a really big thing. I think
it's a fetish. I think it's an absolute fun. I think
it's fresh.
I think people think that it's men. It's women. It's the younger who want the older. I actually think it was a conversation around when Kristen Cavallari had it. And I do think that you will see more and more women dabbling younger when they're single. Just a theory.
I can't wait to watch. Share with us. And if you have a younger partner.
Oh, and Chloe's TV show. That's one of the storylines.
What is it?
The grandmother's sister is dating like a 30-year-old. And it's like a Bible show. It's crazy. I have to find the name of it. It's crazy.
Is that on Disney?
They get married. No, hold on. Oh, I don't have my phone. Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
She loves it. She loves it.
I wonder if I've ever even seen these characters before.
No, you have never. But you would actually like some of them. She loves it. I actually watch it with her. They've got great TV. It's great. It's a great show. Yeah, but it's the full storyline is her with a young, and he's hot. And they're in love.
How much younger is he?
Oh, a lot. I'm going to find a picture of him.
Oh my gosh, guys. Today, I actually am going to see the never-ending jaw problem, which on Instagram I shared.
Family reunion.
Let me see it.
Hold on. I'm showing Natalie. That's the dad.
I can't see. I need to go to the eye doctor.
I know you do.
I've watched this. I know him.
Oh, yeah. He's 43 and he is very tall. That could be. He is.
Is he a heterosexual?
I don't know.
In real life?
I just watched the show.
I can look him up.
And I'll show you the grandma and the
lover?
Yeah. It is, pretty crazy.
Pretty risque. And is it still live or is she watching old?
We watched the whole, I don't know what.
But is it over?
I have to look it up.
That's the one tricky thing about TV these days is you don't know if you're watching something from 2017 or if you're watching it from 2024. Anyways, my jaw, I said on Instagram that I had these like contractions in my face over the weekend. So many people had so much to say about it. TMJ, these other things. Someone called and said, I think it might be a parasite.
Oh, yeah. You have everything. You're basically, you might as well like.
I know. You cut my face off. So I ended up getting my night guard and some x-rays and everything got better. But then it's starting to throb. So I'm thinking there's something in the tooth. So I'm going for a a consultation at 3:00 today to see if I need a root canal.
I'm going to have to show you close, but that's
But
her
the
and
hardest
that's him.
part. Do you remember what she was on?
No.
She was on different. She was the aunt in different world, and he's a lot younger than her.
Yeah.
I think she was the aunt in different world, not different world. Family Matters.
Yep. He is a lot younger, and
and they're in a full relationship.
They get married. They fully get married. They have the wedding.
Well, tell Chloe I'd love to come over and watch the show anytime. I love those kind of shows.
Oh, she would let we watch. It's on the TV. I'm like, let's put Family Reunion on.
The only thing I'm a little worried about with my tooth now.
Oh fuck!
Is that like last night, like in the evening, it was like throbbing and hurt, and it does hurt to the touch. So it's worth it for me to go.
Oh yeah. You have a rotten tooth.
She said my gums and teeth look so good and healthy, but I think it's up high.
Oh great.
But I don't know. And this is another question. If he can get a root canal, because it costs to get a root canal, is there any chance he might say that I need one?
I mean, now you're in conspiracy theory. No.
Because they were like, should we book you a consultation and an appointment? Like, do it all today. I'm like, but you haven't even seen me. I am saying that it might be a problem. But I shouldn't be like self-diagnosing my problem.
Maybe though, the dentist, they don't know, was like, you need to go get a root canal.
If it hurts at all, there's something to be seen.
Yeah. You can't eat.
Exactly.
You have a problem.
No, you're right. If I can't eat, there's a problem.
And it's only one side. And it's only one spot. It's definitely your tooth. I'm not an idiot.
I feel it's like 2 teeth. Should I just have all my teeth removed and then get dentures?
Yeah. It's that time.
And it's that time.
Call it in, babe. Just call it in.
I swear it's so bad. When I was having that feeling on my face, I told Kat this could be the end. It was really nice knowing you. We had a good time. And I was like, well, at least I wouldn't have to wake up tomorrow and feel any more pain. And you know, it was weird what I said to you on the Friday. If I had chronic pain, I don't know how I'd live.
Yeah.
It's because I knew something was going on.
Oh, you felt it back then.
And when I said I wanted to go to Dr. Perlman like a week and a half ago.
You've known. You've known for quite some time.
I know, but I didn't want it to be something, you know?
What did you want it to be?
I wanted it to just work itself out.
Yeah, I know. And you remember when you asked me why we haven't gone to the doctor yet for your pills for menopause? Yeah. It's because you want to pretend we have a podcast clip where you're like, I'm just going to pretend I don't want to do that because I want to pretend.
I wouldn't mind if like there was any kind of drugs that just make you feel fabulous.
I said that and you're like, I'm on enough drugs.
I am on a lot. That's a lot of pills to take in a day.
I know, but you just didn't
I don't mind getting my blood work done.
You just didn't want more to do.
Yeah. Like, but I'll do it if I do it with you.
You're like, I'm going to pretend there's nothing, like I'm not in this.
That's a good point. That's a better way to do it, I think.
What? Pretend? That you're not in anything. Pretend you don't have a tooth problem. Pretend now we're getting into problems. Pretend that you don't have problems. Just pretend.
Yeah.
And it'll go away. It's not going to. You are not, you can't do, no. You can't convince me of this anymore. No.
Well, anyways, we're going to see what happens with my tooth. And the only thing I'm hoping is that, yeah, it's a laser. It doesn't hurt, but that they give me some really strong drugs. Curious. If you have a root canal, they put you to sleep?
No.
What?
I mean, I never did, especially with the laser.
So you're just sitting there awake?
Frozen.
I hate just frozen.
I mean, tell them then.
I want high, asleep, and frozen. Because when I went to go get the note frozen ear doctor.
You loved that.
They put me to sleep.
Yeah.
Why can't they just put me always to sleep? What's so scared about going to sleep? Everyone was going to sleep in that clinic.
You're getting so much sassier in your older age.
And then I want them to give me like T5s. Is that a thing?
T5s?
My mom said yesterday, do you want me to bring over some T3s?
T3s.
I was like, tempting.
She just has T3s on the ready?
Yep. Lady down the street from me too. You need any drugs? I got drugs from, because a lot of people, when they get heavy drugs, they don't take them.
I threw mine out. Kids. I don't need that shit. They know how to open that shit.
Your daughter is not looking for T3s.
Yet.
You can hide them.
They find, if you think that they won't find the shit you're hiding, absolutely.
I don't think our daughters are snorting our T3s.
Not yet.
Doesn't a T3
and
just
friends
put you
come
to
over?
Sleep?
No, you can crush it and do things with it for sure.
I kind of feel left out of that world. I never got to try that stuff. Like poppers.
You don't want a popper.
If I just do it once.
You have done a popper.
No, I never have.
Yeah, you've for sure done a helium hit. It's just a tiny helium hit.
Yeah, but you know the ones that they sell at the Circle K?
Like the gas ones?
I just want to try it once with you on here.
It's for anal.
I know, but I'm not going to have anal with you.
Okay, well, I don't.
I just don't see what it makes me feel like.
I just don't know if it's worth the risk.
Risk? I can't die after one. People do them all the time.
Yeah, they die.
No, they don't die after
You can
one.
die from a popper.
No, not one.
Yeah, you can die from a popper.
Not one. Well, I'm not going to die from a popper.
What am I going to do with you?
You could die.
You just pass out so you can have I'm going to
I
watch
don't
you.
think you pass out. Do you pass out?
Yeah, you get all relaxed and like pass. You get like, I hate that. I don't want that.
I'll do a Zin on here too.
I also hate when people go and get
What?
Get high at parties. I'm like, you're so boring now.
Like what kind of high?
Like when they get like gummies. I'm like, oh God, you sit there and you're like all quiet and chill. Have fun in your own world. That's boring.
You know, some of them just say they giggle and laugh so much.
I think they think they're in their heads. I have yet to see someone giggling and just you and me sometimes.
Well, that's the thing. I can't do drugs. I laugh too hard and I can't stop it, and everyone's not laughing anymore, and I'm the only one laughing.
I know. That's funny then when we do it together.
Ah.
But then everyone's annoyed by us.
Oh no, they love it.
No.
Yeah.
We thought you were so paranoid. You get paranoid and funny.
You know, I get paranoid because I'm laughing and they're not laughing.
I know.
Why aren't they laughing?
Because it's not funny.
But it is funny.
Not funny.
It's so funny.
Not funny because you say the same thing over and over.
No, I'm not even saying anything.
Yeah,
I'm just sitting there laughing. And they say something funny and then I laugh and then
I don't
no one
think
else
everyone's
is laughing.
like us. I think a lot of people just get like this.
They just want to be in their feelings.
Yeah,
That's so emo.
It's so gross.
I want to laugh and that's it.
I know.
I'll never forget. When I went up to a cottage with my boyfriend and we did mushrooms.
You broke up with him on the spot.
There was just immediately, he was serious and talking, like, you know, in his like.
Did you like him going into it?
I liked him. I probably never really liked him that much. It was just like.
You were looking for a reason.
The idea of it. But his friend was laughing.
And you got attracted to him.
Immediately, I was like, it was so weird. It was like, you could just tell this was a no and this was a yes. I don't have to date you, but it's definitely not you.
Huh.
You know, like I could be friends with you. Like I could just feel the energy, you know, that he was more my kind of guy.
You know what's funny is I had a lot of circle of friends because of my brother. So there's a lot of people that I knew that now are back in my world. So lucky I didn't sleep with everybody.
Sleep with anybody?
None of their friends. No.
That's crazy.
Not really. I was so close with my brothers. It would have been very awkward. And especially now when I see them all. I'm like,
no kidding. Thank God.
Thank God. All the time I think that. I think, wow, you know, watch out who you sleep with because when you grow up, they're going to be at your rink or your baseball field or your football field. Like, watch out.
I feel like some people don't care. I'm like, oh my God, you slept with him. Now you have to see him. Yeah.
I mean, it depends how it ends. But like,
it's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, no, I never want to see.
I mean, you saw them naked and now you're sitting at them with your kids' hockey rink. Like I saw you naked. You saw them naked.
Is anybody
they were
in
inside
either
you.
Your schools? Exactly.
They were inside
your schools, your team, anything that you've ever been intimate with that you're seeing now.
Oh, not that I can remember. No. I feel like it would be no.
Me neither, right?
Yeah, no.
Have I ever? I've come at a distance. So one is at our kids' school. I've not
one
seen
we
him
got
yet.
close to at soccer. We had a minute where they played for a little minute together.
Yeah, and I talked to him, but I just kissed him.
Oh,
once.
doesn't
that was
count.
not real sex.
Not count.
Never really liked him either. And then one is actually a coach on a team that it's like I've been at the rink and he's been there. This is like not the one. And I haven't seen him, but I had this moment where I knew that I was going to be in the same rink this weekend as him. And I was like, oh my God, if he walks by, like I'm just going to look the other way. I'm not even going to say hi. And it's just so weird to think he's a man with a wife and children.
Yeah, and you saw him naked.
And he put it
in your vagina. I know. It's super weird.
Because that's such an intimate thing.
You've seen him naked. Yes, it is intimate.
And then the one that took the V card, woof, that was close. Almost saw him. Saw him in his car for the first time.
We're going to see him.
Well, you better be there.
Oh, no, now his kid's a year older, so that's fine. Out of that one part. Excuse me.
What part?
Like out of middle school.
Okay.
So there might not be any crossover until they get to high school.
Well, that's next year.
Ooh, it's going to get juicy. It's going to get fun. I can't wait for that one.
I don't know if he would come up to me.
No, he'd ignore you. You broke his heart.
I did not break his heart.
He had a few hearts going on.
We both did.
It's still weird. The fact that he wouldn't is even weirder.
I know.
That's even weirder.
Well, the fact that his car was facing my car, and
you,
so I'm facing forward and he's facing me, and he didn't get out of the car and come say hi, well, I know now.
I think he knows not to.
Don't even talk to me.
I think he knows now. to be honest. I'm pretty sure he
Well,
knows.
it better not ever happen when you're not there. It's not like I can turn to my husband.
And I was there, by the way.
Oh, and your husband also helped me during one. He called me on the phone. He said, just so you know, if you come into here, just be warned, he is here.
Oh, fuck.
I was like, thank you so much. Bro code.
Fuck. Okay, well, that's your random. I mean, it's gonna happen. We're gonna have to like let everyone know how it goes.
Well, not unless you're there.
We ran into one at the airport. Yeah, you slept with one at the airport, didn't you?
I did, but I was
you
with
were
my
with his family.
I was in my family. That was weird. That was weird. And that was just like
new, recent.
no, no. That was like there wasn't really a relationship. It was
fucking.
Yeah.
Did the lights on?
Rollerblading
Oh, he's legendary.
everywhere.
Legendary.
I showed you.
He is a legend. That's a yes
I actually
guy.
think I'm more of the legend.
You both are. He
Thank you.
had sex on rollerblades. He's tall.
Very tall.
Yeah, that's hard. That is a lot of core work right there. He had to really core it. And in daylight in public. Because, you could get arrested for that. He could. Because you'd be like, what's going on?
I didn't even notice there was anyone behind me.
I was just looking at the stream. Who are you?
I love how you know exactly where it was. I was over a bridge.
I know.
Over water.
Yeah. So you could hear the river and look for fish. I pounded you from behind.
Thinking about tiny sperms floating through my body.
Did you have a condom? So you just let it loose in you.
I don't know where it went.
That's even weirder.
Yeah.
Yeah. It lives in you. Maybe one got stuck up in there and stayed. Okay, bye.